Hi, welcome to Porch Talks, where we lose the first 2 minutes of our audio because I didn't have the recorder on. You're so mad.
I said so many things.
I know, but now we're going to have to say all those things again.
We're doing another episode of Porch Talks because Ryan bet his coworkers $100 that we would do another episode of Porch Talks by Friday.
Lots of episodes of Porch Talks, but not by Friday. Just this one.
It's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
It's time to record, edit, and do it.
It's Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
You didn't do the clap to sync up the audio.
Oh, I can do that right now.
And I'm going to do vlogs by myself from now on because I like me more than I like you.
Ha 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 ha. But yeah, this is where we talk about...
porch poop.
Nope, this is not where we talk about porch poop.
It's we're a porch never going
to
talk moment.
No, we're never going to talk about porch poop. Are you mad that I made hot tea for myself and not you?
Can you put the poop emoji in my hand?
I'm not sure. Okay, well, I guess we're about to find out. There it was.
Can you have one of your more talented coworkers put the poop
They're
in
all
my
more
hand?
talented than me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Topic number 1 crossed off the list. Let's move on to the next P word. We have
Pizzazz, pajamas, pumpkins, psychic. Yeah, that's
we
true.
can't do psychic. I have to hire someone to do Porch psychic.
I can do readings. I'm bad at them. It's always bad news.
You are making this for your coworkers.
I'm making it for art. I'm making it for us.
This isn't funny. You have to cut all of this. Porch pups. It's a Porch pups moment. Insert here. It's also a brand of porch pandering.
We're already talking about our dogs. That's a really awful start.
Let's do porch phobias. What are you afraid of?
How badly this video is going to turn out. All right, fine. Porch phobia.
Phobias.
Porch phobia. This episode is called Porch phobia.
Maybe. My voice sounds sick because I'm sick.
I wonder if anybody on our street thinks that we're absolutely stark raving nuts yet.
Mad. Crazy.
Insane. What are you afraid of?
Spiders, but this isn't fun to talk about.
Why do I have to talk first? You're the one that's afraid of everything.
Alright. The time that I was the most afraid was the first time I got my period.
Absolutely not. A thing that we're going to talk about right now. Also in this
Why do I look
conversation.
so orange? Yeah, I look orange. Porch poisoning. What's the dumbest thing you've ever done that has given you food poisoning? And why was it when you ate slimy mushrooms from the refrigerator?
This seems really pointed. Okay, so if I tell a story about when I got food poisoning, do you have a story to match?
No.
What about porch punches? Times that we've gotten into fights with... There it was. Like the time that you threw a toaster at somebody.
Oh! My neighbor was my age, and she was also adopted. That's a story for a different day. And I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and I would beat her over the head with a toy plastic radio. It was like a Barbie radio.
It was a radio.
And I would regularly follow her around in my parents' backyard, just beating the crap out of this little girl with my radio. It wasn't just her either. Oh, I did it to the other girl too.
You know what? We are, it's about 52 degrees right now in Cleveland, Ohio, and we are consummate professionals. We do not care about the cold at all.
Sorry, I'm cold. Can I go get a blanket?
No.
Oh, that's much better. Just edit it out.
I never got into fights. I was always a big giant wuss. There were some kids who I went to school with that wanted to provoke me into fighting them. And I wouldn't do that. Like, I wasn't going to throw a punch or anything like that. I didn't want to hurt them. And also, I didn't know how to fight. And also, I don't know, it just seemed really dumb at the time. But this one kid would not stop hitting me. So, obviously, I've always been ogre-sized, like, even when I was in 5th grade. So, all I did was calmly...
It's not nice.
...lift this kid up like this, like, by his waist, while he was thrashing about. And then I gently placed him into a trash can.
You put a kid in a trash can?
Yeah.
Okay, for contrast's sake, tell the gumball story.
So this is probably going to be a story in a long series of stories where... What would you even categorize this as? Like, me getting into trouble for being...
Things you didn't do?
Yeah, for being, like, the biggest, like, wuss in the world.
Yeah.
So I was little, and I was invited to a birthday party, and we went to a bowling alley.
Well, you weren't little.
Is that a fat joke? Okay, I wasn't little, thanks. But I was...
It's the point of the story!
And at 4 years old, I was 6'4", 300 pounds. And there was a kid. I was waiting in line for a gumball. My parents gave me a quarter, and I was waiting in line in the bowling alley for a gumball. And there was a kid who was probably my age. He could have been 5 years older than me, for all I know. It doesn't matter. I was still 6 feet taller than he was. And he turned around, and I was standing behind him with my hand outstretched like this. And this kid looks up at me, and he stares up at me like... like, while I was politely waiting in line for it. So he takes his gumball that he just got from the machine and places it into my hand. And I just thought that he was giving me a gift. I was 4 years old. So, for whatever reason, there was a police officer at this bowling alley. The police officer goes to my parents and says, "Hey, you need to watch your kid. He's a bully. He just stole a gumball from somebody." And the police officer came and talked to me and was like, "It's not okay to bully kids. It's not okay for you to steal from them. That one kid told me that you took their gumball."
Yeah.
And I wish I had a really funny way to, like, end this story, but it was like I got yelled at by a police officer when I was 4 years old for being a bully.
But now I'm reframing the story from the perspective of the kid who put another kid in the trash can, so...
Gently placed into a trash can. Gently placed.
Judge him as you will.
Next time on Porch Talks.
Porch poop. It's a puppy moment.